What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Tuesday night. Well, it's a special Tuesday, so you better be having a good one because the 53-man roster is here, and I really cannot stress how much I wanted to talk about this today. Now, today was, of course, one of the longest effing days I've ever had. And I really just wanted to put my head in the dirt, literally. What a day it has been, but I kept the excitement, kept patience as best I could because I kept watching the people get cut. I, at one point, was able to relate to you guys some of the people that were cut earlier, and then it just got nuts. So I've been waiting for this moment. I hope you're all pumped up. I know you've all been waiting for this 53-man roster. We're going to go position by position, see who's rostered, see who was cut. So you'll get the full list as well, not just the position by position. So you want to take that full list, take a gander at it, whatever you want to do. Got everything that went down. We'll take a look at the depth chart here at the end. Oh my God, it's so close, baby. Like putting this together was like, holy 9 days away from defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles football returning, and I cannot stress enough how much I cannot wait for this moment. You guys know how much I talked last year about this team winning the Super Bowl and then building a dynasty, going back to back, and then being the first team to three-peat. I know I sounded crazy, but hey, man, we're 1/3 of the way there. And look, no team's never done it. No team has ever done it because it's really, really hard. What I'm talking about is a foundation being built and what I've seen. We've seen it. Last year, they showed exactly what I talked about all offseason last year. They won that Super Bowl, right? I won me lots of money. You guys were with me. Let's effing go. Now, this year, we've been talking about how do we get back to that? How do we go back to a back? Whole new team, whole new year. Well, we've been talking about it. Now let's see how they figure they're going to do it. And we've talked about a lot of these players and all these things. And we've also talked about the fact that it's so funny that people sleep on Howie Roseman. Do you really think this guy's done with the roster? And he said it today, not done. And I mean, we've been talking about this for weeks, months, where, they didn't, they know what they're doing. Made a couple trades. If you missed it, we did add some people here. So Sam Howell, Fred Johnson is back. Hell yeah. Got rid of Darian Kennard. So you're not going to see Kennard on this list. He's not cut. He has been traded away. But you will see Howell and Johnson. If you're wondering what the hell, well, we traded for him. We also lost a couple picks, gained some picks. We've still got 19 picks the next couple of years, 12 next season. Let's effing go. 5 picks in the first 3 rounds. When I talk about a dynasty being built, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. A foundation where you already have great young players, but you continue to add to that. And, well, you see it here. And this is why we break down all of this stuff. Every single piece matters. So we're going to go through. We're going to look at every position. Then at the end, I'll give you the full list so you can see them all in case you're trying to remember what's going on. Then I'll show you the depth chart. And we'll talk about the fact that we're almost a week away. And, yeah, that means we'll be breaking down week 1 matchup with the old Cowboys. So I can't wait. Behind enemy lines is coming. Top matchups. All the injury news. Everything you need to know to get you ready for this game. I'm going to do that. But oh, my. Well, I guess when you win the Super Bowl, it's all just so fast, right? You cut down your roster, then it's all right here. Oh, we got a few days less than everyone else. Let's go. Bob, my man, starting us off. Appreciate you tuning in. We got Lynn. We got Doyle. China. Let's effing go. Tiffany, a true sicko. You're all sickos, and I love each and every one of you. Hope you're having yourselves a great night. It has been a very long day for me, and I'm glad I found my second win right before I came on here. I'm like, let's go. Yes, I have actually the full list of everyone who made the team. So let me get this. And yep, you saw those guys. I actually have the whole list. That is actually the point of this show, to show you all of those. So let's talk about every one of these positions. Who was rostered, who was cut, or maybe something else happened with them. Let's talk about it. Started off with quarterback. We know what the hell happened here. We traded for Sam Howell. We knew we needed another QB, a QB3, because McCord and Thompson Robinson were straight ass. Now, McCord, we talked about, hey, let's try to get him up to speed on the practice squad. Yeah, that's great. yeah, he just wasn't going to do it. And now McKee with the finger, and look, they say, hey, we would have traded for him anyway. We talked about it. Regardless of any injury, you needed to get a different quarterback. I told you, Bobby McDuncan the third off the street, whatever. It's going to be some random ass dude. And sure enough, Sam Howell. And look, guy with starting experience, I'll take it. We talked about that trade. Go check that video out if you would like. But no surprise here. You got 3 quarterbacks. Let's effing go. Now, at running back, another no surprise here. Really like Montreal Johnson. Shunderick Powell was fun to watch. But we knew they weren't making the team. And, you know, with this 3-headed monster we have here in Barkley, Shipley, and Dillon, I'm all gas, no brakes, baby. Let's go run the damn ball. I know you can't wait for me to say it, but it's coming. Let's effing go. And we also kept the fullback. As I told you, I think the Eagles are going to do this. He's going to be a pivotal piece to this team, not just the offense where you see him a few snaps a game at fullback, but on the special teams. And he is someone, emergency linebacker in case you need. So love me some BVS. Let's effing go. Now a wide receiver. We talked about this on my projected 53. I had us keeping 6. I told you I had Ainias Smith on there, and I said maybe it's just me trying to stick with one of my guys. And, well, that turned out to be what happened. I didn't think he really showed enough to be on the roster as a receiver, but maybe with his return prowess, he could make the squad. But as I told you then, maybe you cut him and you just elevate him as a return man for as long as you need. You find somebody else, whatever. We'll talk about the returners here and why I'm putting an emphasis there. You know who I don't want to see back there. But look, the 5 wide receivers we kept, I love it. John Mechie III, you traded for him. Of course he's going to be here. Those top 4, oh, hell yeah. Darius Cooper showed the hell out. You remember when I was telling you he was burning Kaylee Ringo? We were talking about training camp at the beginning. This kid's really showing out. Keep an eye on him. We're keeping an eye on him. Kid's showing out in the game. Then he keeps showing. And we're like, what the f? Had to make the roster, right? You can't. And what did I stress the other day? You cannot let go of a kid, you know, with this upside. We have seen it happen all too often where we let these guys go and they become stars somewhere. So I am all about keeping Darius Cooper here. Love the move. But Smith, Cooks, Williams, Marshall, Morin, Adei, Johnny Wilson there on injured reserve. So those are the guys you're not going to have. But Marshall, Avery Williams, those 2 are vested vets. So they don't even have to go through the waiver wire system. And we talk about this. You know, you can let go of some of these guys that are those vested vets. And you can, and you'll see this out of position coming up here. But you can see, you know, this team that knows what they're doing. And you know, when guys that can be just brought back on the practice squad, you don't have to worry about a team claiming them. There's a good amount of them coming up here. So you see Avery Williams, I don't know, maybe put him on the practice squad, use him as a returner. We'll see. But those are the guys that were cut at receiver who was kept. And then at tight end, you remember I had 2. And I said, man, I really want to keep Granson. Did he show enough? You guys remember during free agency, one of my top fits for this team, tight end Kylan Granson. So I like this a lot, and I'm very surprised. So you get yourself another receiving type guy, though. Goddard can block. Calcaterra's getting better at blocking. Granson definitely needs to improve there. But, hey, they got 3 tight ends here for now. That's also one of those positions, though. Someone could be cut. I mean, he could be cut tomorrow. They could add someone. You know how the Eagles roll. But Jenkins, Latu, Muse, all let go there. And then I'll hop over to the comments in a sec. Let me finish off the offense here. Offensive line. And I have us keeping 10. They have us keeping 11. So I told you I was definitely going to be pretty off on this one. And I loved it because this team, there's so much competition. And I was very excited to, you know, see what they were able to do. So they keep Cameron Williams. And look, just because he's drafted doesn't mean you need to keep him. I didn't think he did great, but he's got upside. So, again, when you talk about Darius Cooper, you saw it from him. But the intangibles of Cameron Williams, they think that's enough to keep him around. Okay. Now, Miles Hinton was a hot plate of ass this offseason. And, you know, I guess they like his upside too. He's stashed on the IR, so he could be designated to return at some point here now. But I don't know, man. I hope that those young kids, they really figured out. Holland Pierce, hope he ends up on the practice squad. Kendall Lamb, one of those vested vets. You put him on the practice squad. Maybe you need to elevate a tackle for a game. There you go. At guard, Dickerson and Steen. Then you got Pryor, who can play guard and tackle. Trevor Keegan, who can play guard and center. Brett Toth can play guard, center, tackle. And then Drew Kendall. Now, you guys remember with mine, it was a toss between do I keep Keegan or Toth? And, well, we kept both. So, hey, I'm all about it. Toth is a very versatile piece who can play all over. Kenyon Green not making this team, not a surprise to me. I saw a lot of other Eagles content creators confused at why would we trade C.J. Gardner-Johnson for this guy. Again, like I said the other day, and I've continued to say when it happened and throughout, we did not trade C.J. Gardner-Johnson for Kenyon Green. That was not the purpose. More so just who he is. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but, just his attitude, the way he does things off the field, even on the field, I think just kind of rubbed people the wrong way. And, yeah, you save a little bit of money. That's great. But I just think it was time. He did some things I didn't like, and we were going to get younger. We wanted Sidney to be healthy. Let's go. Drafted Makuba, so it is what it is. But that Kenyon Green, I told you even then, I don't even know, because guys were calling him the guard. Oh, this is the right guard. I told you, I don't even think this dude makes the team. I'm just saying, man, that's not what the trade was about. But let me know how you feel about the offense. Any surprises to you? What stood out to you? Anything like that? I do want to touch on the special teams, because usually we just, it's a gimme, right? You got 3 guys, so you got to figure out the other 50. Not so much. So they threw me a curveball I didn't even see coming, and I should have seen it coming. Those Howie, you son of a. So Charlie Hewlett is one of those vested vets I talk about. So when you cut him, he does not need to actually go through the waiver process. So no one's going to take him from us. It's his choice. And maybe, and I'm sure they did, they have a conversation where, hey, man, we're going to let you go. We need to keep these other young guys, this, that, the other thing. We'll put you on the practice squad first couple of weeks. If you show out, we're going to obviously elevate you. We need a long snapper, but we'll give you a roster spot if that's the case. Or maybe they look for somebody younger, or I don't know what their plan is, but they took a sneaky little route there in ensuring you have some of these other guys. And then maybe, you place someone on IR tomorrow, and you do this, you do that, you do whatever. Like, there's always things you can do, trade, and so just know that Howie knows what he's doing. I saw people, why don't we have a long snapper? Like, all right, dude. I promise you, Howie knows what he's doing. Let me jump over here to the comments. It says there's 20 of them over here, so let me try to get over here real quick, and then we're going to talk about the old defense here. Can't wait. So, yeah, how about it? And that's coming. Oh, my God, it should be Tanner McGinn. I don't care about how much you hate everything. I don't. Go Birds! G-Fish, my man. Let's go. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Appreciate you tuning in. And, yes, indeed, old Darius made it. We talked about it. You can't let that kid walk. You couldn't do it. They didn't do it. I'm very happy that they didn't do it. Hope you're doing well, man. Appreciate you tuning in. I got Drew tuning in as well. Let's effing go, you sick son of a. What time is it over there? 2:45 a.m.? 2:44? Whatever. You sick son of a. Love you, dude. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm just finding my second win. Got home. Got to see the family for a second. I'm like, I got to get into this. It's creating the graphics. I was like, all right, let me do this show quick. I have to eat food. I have to shower. And then, what's that thing called? Sleep? Oh, yeah, I got to get up at 4:30. Of course, tomorrow's an early day. I mean, we only worked 13. Okay. Not here to complain. Hope you're doing well, Drew. Appreciate you. And, yeah, we were talking about her last week, right? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Oh, she was becoming a nurse. China, let's go. Okay, my brain is... But, yo, love you guys. Happy you're all tuning in. Wanted to see you sickos in here. And I know Liz, Nina, all the rest of the sickos out there, Tim, I know you guys will be tuning in. And I'm always here for you, everyone. And if I don't name you, just realize I love you guys. And I just can't even remember my own name sometimes. Off the top of my head, I think of the people that have been here the longest and who are always in here on these shows. So it's not to count any of you out. Lynn's always in here. I know a lot of people are always. I love you. I do. I'm just going, well, they call it getting old. I just call it brain dead. I don't know about that. But I did see Howie say that, and that's what we talk about, the development process with some of these young guys. And if you think, you can get something, you got Jeff Stoutland here. That's what you do. So I'm all about it. And they will try to get Pierce on that. Holler, you were saying Holland, your phone got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. So, yeah, I figured it out. See, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. Well, Drew, we talked about this on the show the other day, and I had him making the roster. And I said, is this just me putting him on there because I had him as a pre-draft? I think it is because they could let him go. But I wanted him to be the return man. And you'll see on the depth chart, we all know why I want that. And yeah, I mean, I just didn't want it. I knew it could come, and I did not want it to. I really did not want it to, because I don't want to see Cooper DeJean back there. I'm just going to be real with you. Well, Cooper already took his job a while ago. We talked about that. He was making it over him in that sense, but in the return game is what we talked about the other day. Well, Cooper DeJean, I'll show you here shortly what I've got whipped up. Yeah, hey, man, I told you if it was going to be anyone, it'd be Granson. I'd like to say Jenkins too, but I think Granson won out. But hey, you guys know I like Granson, so it is what it is there. And, I talked about this with Anaya Smith, where he was banged up last year, had his struggles. Last preseason game kind of struggled. So maybe a little safer that you let him go through the waiver process, because if he goes unclaimed, you put him on the practice squad. You can still use him on game days, elevate him, for a return man. I don't think he's there as a receiver yet. But Darius Cooper showed. I mean, he's got it. He went to Tarleton State. No one gives a shit, dude. Like, when you finally get an opportunity and you show what you've got, hey, man, that's enough. They saw enough. They kept him around. You know what I mean? So, and when you're looking at it like, okay, this guy was drafted, this guy's undrafted, Texas A&M, Tarleton State, but hey, man, they get to see these guys every single day. And what we saw, the kid definitely had a shot. So they definitely are seeing something. You know what I mean? So no doubt. Lil G, appreciate you tuning in. Mr. Ralph, appreciate you as well. I hope you're all having a great night. And I don't really know what that is. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, man, that's the Phantom IR move that we were talking about last night, the other night, and every year. That's what Howie does, dude. So, yeah, just like I was explaining, that's what they're going to do. They're slick Ricks. Yeah, heard about that once. Not sure what it is still. Yeah, Drew, that's right. I'm daydreaming about sleep. Oh, man, it's today. Today was a test. I'll be real with you. I'm grateful it was but I was kind of pissed because it was the cut down day. So I'm like, hey, I need a now. Like, oh, Tyler Durden wanted to come out big time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think she is, but she'll be here. She'll watch this. She always does. She is a true effing sicko. Eagles practice squad. They will start telling us that tomorrow, so we will be up to date with that. Today is the roster. So let me jump through here. Happy birthday to your cousin, Covey. Yeah, he was let go. Wife's birthday. Let's have it go, everybody. Big shout out to your wife. That is awesome. Love it, dude. And Lil G, happy birthday again to your cousin. Shout out to you too. Happy birthday all week, all the way to the 28th. Let's have it go. Drew, hope you and the family had a great day. Hope your wife enjoyed her day. A big happy birthday from the On the Road to Victory family. That's awesome, man, that you are still taking the time. I love you, dude. You're a dedicated soul. I appreciate that, my friend. Covey was let go of by the Rams. Thank God my day don't start till around 10:30. Man, I wish I could say the same, because that last part's the same. A lot of times, 1, 2. Sometimes I start getting on the verge of 3. I'm like, all right, dog, maybe just don't sleep. Don't sleep. I'm a sick man. Yes, yeah, you are. Congrats again, Little G. To your birthday, yes. Of course. Hey, you're just like me, I know. You're like the Undertaker. Up, down, and down. Ah! When you sit up, you're ready to rock and roll. I know you got it in you, but a very happy birthday to your wife. I don't know about that, but they could definitely add him to the practice squad. He's always an option. There's other people on other teams that are options. So, yeah, let me jump into this defense real quick, and you guys can talk about the offense, defense, special teams, whatever's on your mind. I'm going to roll through this here, looking at the interior D lineman, and it is the 6. And look, Byron Young, we talked about it. Would he make this squad? Please, Lord, let it be. And we know Vic Fangio is a big fan. So we've got ourselves some monsters. Just want to throw that out there. Carter Davis, Ajomo Robinson, Young Hall. You remember at one point earlier in the offseason when people were telling me we needed to add to here. Well, I lost Milton Williams. They're done. And I tried to explain who Moro Ajomo was. And, well, they're going to learn who he, Robinson, Young, and Hall are. So, well, best of luck. Evans, Sykes, Rogers cut. No surprise there, ladies and gentlemen. But at the edge here, this one got me. So we talked about Okoronkwo. Really showed out. I didn't have him making the team, though. Thought, hey, maybe they stick with, the young buck they drafted, Antwan Powell-Ryland, or maybe they stick with the familiar face who was balling out in preseason like he always does, Patrick Johnson. And, well, they didn't keep either of those players, and they did keep Okoronkwo. Now, we knew the top 4, Smith, Hunt, Uche, Ojulari, and I love that rotation. But Okoronkwo as that 5th piece, hey, let's hope he is a good special teamer and is not called upon too often. But when he is, hope we get the best out of him. Hopefully we can get Powell-Ryland on that practice squad. Patrick Johnson, he is a vested vet, so he can sign wherever he wants. This could be one of those players, maybe you make a promise with him, whatever, but also a player, someone could offer him something and he could go elsewhere. So we'll see what goes down. But those were the cuts. Those were the players rostered. Now, a linebacker, no surprise here. We know that Nakobe Dean is on the PUP list, so he will miss the first 4 weeks at least. Got Zach Bond, Jahad Campbell, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., and Smile Munden. No surprise. And I like Dixon, Gant, Campbell, all 3 of them, man. Wouldn't mind seeing any of them on the practice squad. Hopeful that they end up there. But I think this Campbell-Bond duo is going to be nuts. So really looking forward to that one. And then in the secondary, it is the 6 that we talk about. And my explanation for why you keep this 6, and, not Eli Ricks. And look, I know Eli Ricks is younger than Adoree Jackson. He's a versatile piece. He can play inside, outside. But my explanation was keep Adoree Jackson because you might need him to start week 1. Kaylee Ringo got a quad injury. Not good at corner right now anyway. Mac McWilliams, really excited about his future. Just not sure he's ready just at this moment. So Jacorian Bennett is who I have. You guys know I've been, since we traded for him, love the kid. You remember a couple years ago, he's one of my top fits in the draft for the Eagles. Love me some Jacorian Bennett. So I'm hopeful he learns the system, gets things down, but I don't know. Is he there yet? Do they feel comfortable 9 days from now starting him against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys? George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, going to have some tough battles. So we're going to see, who's starting, but I'm look, Adoree Jackson, I guess he's your veteran there. He scares me, but he might need to be the starter, and he might get burnt to shreds here, which scares the living daylights out of me. So, hey, man, we need to keep all those guys and figure it out. Maybe we trade for someone. Maybe we sign Stephon Gilmore and get rid of someone else. Whatever it is, there are plenty of options out there. But you see, got rid of Ricks, Nickerson, Castro Fields, A.J. Woods, Brandon Johnson. No surprises there. Tariq Castro Fields released with an injury, so he would revert to IR if he goes unclaimed there. Now, at safety, no surprise here either. So we talked about Blankenship and Brown, obviously. Makuba going to be there, and then my guy, Tristan McCullum. I couldn't leave him off my roster. I couldn't. I had to keep 4 safety just because I'm a fan of his game. A versatile defensive back, can play corner and safety, help you on special teams. I like his game a lot. So, I thought that was a no-brainer. I do like Andre Sam as well, but I just have the edge to McCollum there. Sam, hopeful to see him on the practice squad. Lewis Cine, he will revert to IR. unclaimed there. So, but these guys that revert to IR, they're probably going to, just release them off of it. So Scene will probably be elsewhere. Hey, maybe he goes to the practice squad. Maxon Hook, he'll be hoping he can make that practice squad as well. But yeah, man. So here's the full list. You just saw the whole damn roster. Here are all the people that were actually cut. If you just want to see it as a list of people that were cut. So you can see the 18 on offense, the 18 on defense, and that one special teamer right there in the middle. Anyone in green there was an addition to the team this year. And then obviously the white would be players that were here. Again, Castro Fields, Scene injury designations, so they would revert to IR. Lake and Bakahali, part of that international player program, so he'll be on the practice squad without taking up a spot if they want. So, yeah, that's the full list. You guys can pause that, screenshot it, save it, whatever. We can go back to it then, but you've seen all the positions. And, well, we're going to look at the depth chart here in a second. I'm going to hop over here to the comments, and after we go through that depth chart, I will get rolling out. So just know we've, about like a 5-10-ish minute warning here. So get in whatever is on your mind here. Let me just try to get back to where the hell we are. Not strong. All right. Yeah, man, we're still loaded. That's why I just find it weird. Every awesome people, we lost all these people. It's like we still have our entire offense. We're going to draft and sign people. And I 100% agree. We just loaded up, as I like to say. You got more. So let them keep sleeping. I prefer it, actually. Wouldn't pass. Oh, dude, they would never cut Mac McWilliams. I don't know who told you that, but they were not going to. He is a very bright future. That kid has a possibility to start, right? There's whoever said he even had a chance of getting cut just should stop. They should stop. He doesn't have to go through waivers. He is, as I was just saying there, the vested vets. He was one of the guys I was mentioning there that they could just bring back whoever they want, whenever they want. So if they want to put him on the practice squad, they can. If he wants to sign somewhere else, he can. It's his choice. He is a vested vet. All that means is they have over 4 seasons accrued. So if it's less than that, you go through that waiver process. That's the difference between waived and released. So the released guys, Terrace Marshall, Avery Williams, Kendall Lamb, Perry Nickerson, Patrick Johnson, as mentioned, Charlie Hewitt, our long snapper. So those guys, they can just do whatever they want. They don't have to go through waivers. Nobody can claim them. They can sign wherever they want. But now let's jump over here. Let's take a look at this depth chart. We're so effing close. We got an actual depth chart, and it's not complete. It's so weird because it was loaded with 940 names. I'm like, oh, that looks a lot better there. So you can see I have to keep the key on offense, I guess, for undrafted free agent because Darius Cooper made it. But you can see the rest of the crew here, the 3 QBs, 3 RBs, the fullback, the 5 receivers, 3 tight ends, and then the 11 offensive linemen. Now, Matt Pryor could be a backup guard, a backup tackle. Toth could be a backup center, guard, tackle. Versatility is the name of the game. I think Fred Johnson is the true backup left and right tackle here. Keegan can backup guard and center. Cameron Williams, they're hopeful for his future. That's the offense, baby. And you can see all in white, all players that have been here. Tyler Steen, we drafted him to be the future. He gets that chance this year. Let's effing go. Now on the defense, we're going to have a little bit of changes. I'm going through changes. All right. So Jacorian Bennett, I'm not sure if he's going to be that starter, but this is my depth chart, so that's how I have it. And we'll see if it's Adoree Jackson. I don't know if Ringo's going to be healthy. We'll see. But Jahad Campbell, the other starter there. But you can see the interior D lineman. Ty Robinson, not really a nose tackle, but did play it. He can play from the 0 to the 4 techniques, and I'm very excited about him. So I plugged him in there because Hall and Young are definitely not your nose tackles. But yeah, man, edge guys, excited there for that Smith-Hunt combo with Uche and Ojulari. Ooh, yeah, Bond and Campbell. Oh. Corners, I still love Q-Mitch and Coop. We just got to figure out cornerback, too. And then at safety, Black and Chip and Brown. Oh, yeah, Makuba He'll be used too, because in this defense, we can use multiple defensive backs with our not only nickel, but the dime. And we'd like to run those. So I'm excited about it, man. I think this team's going to be exciting. Now, one thing you guys were asking about, special teams, and this is why I wanted Ainias Smith so bad. So we ain't got a long snapper, but as I mentioned, just put him on the practice squad and elevate him for a few weeks until you have to put him on the active roster or bring someone else in, whatever you want to do. But, yeah, I do not want Cooper DeJean back there as the punt returner. So you want to use Dotson, Adoree Jackson, Mac McWilliams, whatever. But kick returner, Will Shipley could still do that. You could put A.J. Dillon back there. Mac McWilliams is good at returning. I don't know if that's what they have planned for him. I mean, guys like Devontae Smith can do it too. This is why I wanted somebody. So my hope is if you don't get Ainias Smith on the practice squad, maybe you can get Avery Williams on the practice squad. You just elevate them a few times and get something there, and then maybe put them on the active roster if they're good enough, or you find somebody who could be that returner. So we'll see. But yeah, man, we'll see. Now, it's just like I was explaining there a second ago. But yeah, well, we'll see if another team offers him whatever. We'll see that, a guy like him will probably get some offers. So I don't know. I'd like to see him back. Just not sure that is going to happen. But as I mentioned, with all those vested vets, just like our long snapper, Patrick Johnson-Nickerson, Terrace Marshall, all of them, they can sign anywhere they want. So this is a way for Howie to be like, hey, I can keep another younger guy. So that way, you just elevate Charlie Hewlett, the long snapper, for a few weeks until he goes on the active roster. So, and if you don't want to put him, then you bring someone else in, or you put someone else on the practice squad and elevate them a few times because they only do it 3 times. So that's the fun. That's why we talk about the off the field stuff, not just the on the field stuff, because all this is very important to understand. So, yeah, but that's it, man. That's the 53-man roster for right now. And tomorrow it's probably going to change, and then you guys know how it goes. We do the show, and then by the time the first game actually happens, there's like 4 different, roster changes and everything else under the sun. So just keep tuning in, and I'll keep doing my best to keep you up to date with everything. Now, the practice squad will be put together, and of course, I'll do the same thing that I just did right here. Now, not going to be, each position by position. We'll just talk about the practice squad, talk about what we got going on here, and, well, we shall see. We shall see. And also, I mean, there is just a plethora of people out there. So just, again, as I always say, expect like 2-3 names that we're not even talking about to pop up, right? You've already seen it with Sam Howell. You've seen it with Fred Johnson. Like, this is what Howie's going to do. And if he feels he needs to go somewhere, he will do that. I promise you. Stop, step, and speed of direction change. Oh, that's a good question. One that they should definitely try to figure out. Covey, I don't know. I would probably say for me, Devontae Smith. Yeah. But, yeah, Covey, no doubt. When is practice squad? Tomorrow we'll be talking about all that stuff. So, again, I will see you guys all tomorrow for the practice squad, where we will do the same thing as we are doing here now. I got to go. I got to eat. I got to get a shower here. If you guys have any further questions, you want to talk about anything else I didn't mention, you have anything, you're watching this later, you want to talk about the whole thing, let's effing go. You're watching right now and you want to talk about the whole thing again. You got further thoughts. You wanted something answered. I somehow missed it. Leave it in the comments, and I will happily get back to you. I'm always down to talk some birds. But if you enjoyed this video, I'm going to ask you, would you do me a favor and hit that like button down below? It really does help. Sharing this bad boy, subscribing, and there's this new hype video or hype button when you're using your phone, I guess. I don't know, maybe it's on your computer too, but you can hype videos up. You guys don't have to, but it does help bring people. Maybe they'll start sending you guys notifications. Maybe they'll show other people my videos, so we don't have to have an entire fan base lost as to what basic things are happening. I've done my best. I've changed every content creator out there. I've made them figure it out, but we got to get everybody else on board. We've got a whole slew of new fans and just closet fans. It's just chaos, man. We got to get people. We can't have this jumping ship crap again this year. No funeral videos. You want Jalen Hurts traded? Keep it to yourself. No one cares. I'll be honest with you. we sickos are ready to ride, and we're going back to back, whether you're coming with or not. And we're watching this dynasty being built. So I appreciate you guys riding with me while we all watch it together, break it all down every single day. Let's effing go. But 9 days away. So stay excited because the information's coming. And then, game time. I really, it's starting to settle in here. 9 effing days away. 9. I can't wait. But that's all I've got here tonight. So, if you need anything, you know you can always reach on out. I'm always here for you guys. Always. I love you. And if you need anything, seriously, do not hesitate. I wish it was, but you saw all year, everybody was jumping off, telling me how bad everybody was. Jalen Hurts sucked and Vic Fangio. And they're all the biggest fans now. So if that were the case, I would be the only Eagles content creator out here. You would have to get rid of all of your favorites because they all turn their backs on the Eagles. I luckily like to actually do the work, make myself knowledgeable. Goes a long way. But, hey, man, jump ship if you want. We sickos are right here. My man, Daniel, I don't know how I found any, but that's what you guys do to me. You help me dig down deep in my plums and bring as much as I possibly can. But I love you guys. I really do got to get going. I feel like I'm going to literally fall off my face. I need food, possibly water. But I also need you guys to keep tuning in because we are so effing close. Sicko season is almost over. And it's time to go back to back. And if they don't like that, well, they can lick my... All right, let's run it back. Go Birds! My friend, appreciate you, all your questions, all your comments, each and every one of you. And again, if you're watching this later, would love to hear from you. Some important stuff that we all wait for all off season, and it's here. So let's rejoice in it, or be upset about it if you want, and we can talk about it. Maybe I can turn you around like I did last year. Maybe I can get you excited while everyone else was trying to tell you, jump ship. It's week 2, season's over. 3, it's over. 4, it's over. I kept telling you, this is nuts. We're winning the Super Bowl. Clowns. Jump aboard. I'll see you all tomorrow. But, until then, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me, sickos. Go Birds!